Lawmakers are not exactly giving President Obama's new EPA administrator time to settle into the role she was confirmed into just late last week. Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel examines the battle over the science of clean air.
Newly confirmed EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy is being threatened with congressional subpoenas if the agency doesn't turn over data used to justify Clean Air Act regulations proposed and finalized by the Obama administration.
The EPA continues to refuse to give us the data that they have promised us, and our feeling is if they don't give it to us now by the end of July, we are going to issue the first subpoena in many years by the Science Committee to get that data.
The data sets lawmakers are seeking are used to justify major costly new air regulations, for example, the EPA's proposed limits on ozone. Although McCarthy is new as the administrator, lawmakers note she testified more than 20 months ago and made this commitment.
Weren't these numbers the same numbers, though, that were floated around a week ago when the administration suspended its ozone standards?
Clearly not, no.
They weren't?
No, they were not.
What were those figures?
I actually don't have them at the top of my head, but I certainly can provide.
In a new letter sent to McCarthy, Smith and Environment Subcommittee Chairman Chris Stewart wrote, quote, "The agency's failure to comply with repeated congressional requests shows a blatant disregard for administration policy and President Obama's promise of transparency. With no data provided to the Science Committee so far," Smith says,
"The only conclusion I can reach as to why the EPA has refused to give us the data that they use for these regulations when they promise to do so repeatedly is that they've got something to hide or the data is embarrassing."
An EPA spokesperson tells Fox the agency has provided lawmakers with data and insists its actions will protect Americans from these pollutants. Committee aides say the EPA has provided information, but not the data lawmakers have requested, which they want the American people to evaluate for themselves. Brett?
Mike Emanuel live on the Hill. Mike, thank you.